Let's repeat, Mahdi. Okay, so we're going to revise what we covered yesterday, and we're going to continue with our lecture. Mahdi, can you repeat what must the complete sentence include?
A subject, a predicate, and a complete idea.
Excellent. The complete sentence must include a subject, a predicate, and a complete idea. That when the when the sentence includes one subject, one complete subject, one complete predicate, and one idea, what do we call it?
Simple sentence.
Simple sentence. Thank you,
Simple
Mahdi.
thread.
Simple sentence. Thank you. When the complete sentence has one subject, one predicate, and one idea, we call it simple sentence. Thank you, Mahdi. But there is another naming for this simple sentence. What do we call it? Who can tell me? Kareem Basma? Kareem?
Hi.
Hi. What do we call the simple sentence?
Uh,
Also, there is another naming for the simple sentence.
um, indic in
Independent.
independent clause.
Excellent. We call it independent clause. Excellent. Thank you, Karim.
Clause.
So, thank you. Excellent. Good student. It shows me that you were following up with me yesterday. Okay. I'm proud of you all. So, when we have a subject, a predicate, and a complete idea, then we have a complete sentence. But to be specific, when we have one complete subject, one complete predicate, and one idea in the sentence, then it makes an independent clause, or we call it simple sentence. Okay, so every simple sentence has one independent clause. The one simple sentence equals one independent clause. So this is the simple sentence, simply. What about the compound sentence? Who wants to tell me what's the definition of a compound sentence, or when do we have a compound sentence? Hala? No, not Karim. I want to unmute Hala. Sorry. Where did you go, Hala? Hala?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about the compound sentence? What is it? The compound sentence.
The, com- the compound subject
No,
is
not
a
compound
sentence.
subject. Sentence. The compound
Oh,
sentence.
sentence.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the compound subject. I'm talking about a compound sentence. We talked
A
about the.
compound
Continue.
oh, a compound sentence is made out. Wait,
Made up. Made up.
made up
Of
made up of a subject, verb, and
every sentence has a subject and a predicate. But when we say compound sentence, when we say compound sentence, so what does it include, or what is it made up of?
it's made up of
Does anyone would like to help Hala? Who would like to help Hala?
Miss, can I?
Okay.
Can I?
Karim Basma, okay, yes.
Miss, when two sentence combined.
What? Which type?
When two complete sentence
When two
combined.
simple sentences, when two simple sentences are combined together, we have to specify simple.
Yes.
When two simple sentences are combined together in a certain way, they make a compound sentence. So Hala, can you get,
Compound sentence.
excellent, Karim. So Hala, now can you get the difference between a simple sentence and a compound sentence? When we say
yes.
simple sentence, we mean it has one independent clause. Thank you, Hala. But when we say compound sentence, we mean we have two or more simple sentences combined together. So in other ways, we can say that the compound sentence is made up of two or more independent clauses. Two or more independent clauses. Thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Kareem. Okay. So I think now let's practice this exercise. Then we go to the homework. Okay, then we go to the homework. Mark the sentences as simple or compound. So I just have to say if the sentence is simple or compound. And when you say simple, you have to tell me why. And when you say compound, you have to tell me also why. Okay, so let's take Rasha, then Mahdi. Okay, I will take Rasha then Mahdi.
Yes. Hi,
So,
Miss.
hi, Rasha, sentence number one. Can you read it, please?
Yes. The rain fell for hours and ruined the picnic. It's a compound sentence
Why?
because there are two sentences combined with each other with and.
Okay, can you give me now these two sentences? Where does the first sentence
Yes.
start from? What is the first sentence?
The rain fell for hours.
Okay, okay. So Russia says that this is the first independent clause. Let's agree on calling it simple sentence or independent clause. Type. What is the second one?
Ruined the picnic.
Type. Okay, if you take ruin the picnic alone, does it make a complete sentence? Does it make a simple
No,
sentence? No. Why?
because we don't know what ruined it.
Excellent. So the second one doesn't make an independent clause. So here I do not have two independent clauses. I have,
Yes,
then it's what?
it's a it's a complete sentence.
It's simple sentence.
Simple.
Simple
Simple.
sentence. So you see now the difference? I know through practice you will understand them more. So thank you, Rasha. Please mute yourself. So if we take the first independent clause alone, the rain fell for hours, then it makes an independent clause. But you take the second part of the sentence, ruined the picnic. What ruined the picnic? I don't know. So it's missing a subject. Then it doesn't make a complete sentence. It doesn't make a simple sentence or an independent clause. So here I cannot say that I have two independent clauses. No. Here I have one simple sentence. But if you notice, I'm just like adding information. Here I have compound predicate. The compound predicate doesn't have to do anything with the compound sentence. So here I have a simple sentence. Okay? You get it now? If you still have any questions, you can send me. Mahdi. Mahdi?
Yes, Miss.
Second one. Uh, guys, just a
I
little bit.
left.
I cannot open the chat now. Continue, Mahdi.
I left, but Marcy stayed.
Mercy.
It's a
Mercy.
compound
It's
sentence
a compound sentence. Why?
because there are two parts that you can
Two
understand.
independent.
They are complete.
Okay, so let's agree on saying two independent clauses or two simple sentences. So there are
Yes.
two simple sentences. Where are these two simple sentences? Can you split them
I
to me? Mm?
I left,
Yes. This is one.
but and Marcy stayed.
Mercy stay, this is the second. And here they are joined in a certain way. Now, later in this session, I will talk about how they are joined. Then it is a compound sentence. Thank you, Mahdi. Okay, سنفتوني. سنفتوني.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, then can you do number three?
Yes. Polar bears fed on
Feed, not
seals.
fed.
Seals fed on fish.
Okay, feed, not fed, feed.
E.
Okay, so
This is this is a simple.
simple. It has one independent clause.
Miss, three or four? Oh, three. Yeah, compound. Sorry.
Compound. So it's made of two independent clauses. Where is the first independent clause, ya Hussein? In this sentence, we have two independent clauses. Can you give them to me separately? What is the first independent clause in this sentence? Polar bears feed on seals. This makes an independent clause, subject, predicate, and complete idea. Seals feed on fish. This is the second independent clause. Okay? This is the second independent clause. I have second subject and second predicate with a second idea. Thank you, Hassan. You muted yourself. Okay. Let's take Hassan Mughni. Hassan Mughni, please. Guys, you have to be faster when I say your name. Hassan? Okay. Hassan doesn't want to answer. Then let's take Rena. Rena,
Yes, Miss.
can you read the the fourth sentence?
Female penguins usually stay at sea, but they return when their eggs hatch.
Excellent. Simple or compound?
Simple.
Simple. So I have one independent clause here, you mean?
Um, yes.
No. Look, Rena. Female penguins usually stay at sea. Okay, here if you notice that you have a comma and you have a conjunction, if you cross them out, so I have two parts. Let's check. If each part makes an independent clause, then I have two independent clauses and it makes a compound sentence. But if one of them doesn't make an independent clause, then it is a simple sentence. Rena, please follow me. Female penguins usually stay at sea. This is the first part. Do we have a subject here?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a predicate?
Um,
Do we have a predicate?
no.
No? What is the sentence talking about here?
That female penguins
Excellent. This is the
stay at
subject.
sea.
Female penguins is the subject. I'm asking about the subject. What is the sentence talking about? It's talking about female penguins. What is the sentence telling me about the
Mhm.
female penguins?
That they return when their
No,
eggs
no.
hatch.
Why did you move to the second part? We're working on the first part of the sentence. We're working on the first part of the sentence. I'm talking about this part. Female penguins usually stay at sea. This part before the conjunction here. Okay? I have a subject, I have a predicate, and I have one idea. So this part makes an independent clause, Rena. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, let's now move to the second part. They return when their eggs hatch. Type. Let's take the second part. What I'm talking about they. So they is the subject. So till now I have two subjects. What is the sentence telling me about they? Return when their eggs hatch. So I have a second predicate and a second idea. So till now I have two subjects, two predicates, and two ideas. And between them I have a conjunction with a comma. Then it's not a simple sentence. I have here two independent clauses joined together. Two independent clauses joined together. So what does it make? It makes a compound sentence. Did you get it
Um,
now? Did you get it now, Rena?
uh,
Clear?
yes.
Okay, dear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Type. I will continue with the rest because we still have other exercises. The sloth eats and sleeps upside down. Here I have one subject, the sloth eats and sleeps upside down is a predicate. So one subject, one predicate, one idea, then it is a simple sentence. Kiwi birds have nostrils on their beaks. They can smell earthworms. So here I have a semicolon. So let's check if each part makes an independent clause. Kiwi birds have nostrils on their beaks. I have a subject, a predicate, and one idea. They can smell earthworms. I have a subject, a predicate, and another idea. Then here I have two independent clauses. Then it makes a compound sentence. The last one, sharks have to keep moving constantly or they suffocate. Sharks have to keep moving constantly or they suffocate. Here I have two independent clauses, so they make one compound sentence. Okay, I hope everything now is clear for you. Now let's move on to see how the independent clauses are joined, okay, and how to make a compound sentence. So there are two ways to make a compound sentence. The first way, we use comma with a coordinating conjunction. We use a comma with a coordinating conjunction. The second way is we use a semicolon. Semicolon, you see, this is the semicolon. I explained it yesterday. It's a comma with a period over it. Okay? So the first way is using a comma with a coordinating conjunction. And the second way is we're using only a semicolon. How? What is the coordinating conjunction? It's one of the fanboys. Okay? Now I will explain the fanboys. Let's take the examples here. Example one, the gentleman did not know where the sound came from. Comma, so you see here I used comma with a conjunction, coordinating conjunction. So he hid behind the tree. The second example, the teacher uploaded the class, semicolon, the kids beamed with pride, okay? So here, when I use a semicolon, I do not add a coordinating conjunction after it at all, okay? And Please pay attention. After the semicolon, I have to write a small letter. Now, what are the coordinating conjunctions? And what is the function of each one? F goes for, A goes for and, N goes for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. Okay, so every letter goes for a conjunction, and every conjunction has its own use or function. Let's start with the first one. And is for addition, when I want to add information. Okay, please all of you focus with me. And I use it when I'm adding information. For example, I took a taxi, comma, and she drove home. So here I'm just adding information to the first simple sentence. So I use and simply. Okay, and notice that I have to use a small letter after and. But shows contrast. When I say contrast, I mean opposite ideas, not same ideas, opposite ideas. Okay, they are opposite, they do not go together. Swans live on ponds, comma, but penguins do not. You see, here I'm giving opposite ideas. Let's see, some of you, let me finish with or, then I will see who wants to ask a question. Or, or I use it when I have choices, but good choices, positive choices. Okay, I have to choose between two good things, two maybe preferable things. She cooked dinner, or she went out to a restaurant. She cooked dinner, comma, or she went out to a restaurant. So, or shows positive choice. Who wants to? Not now, Majid, not now. You will give me sentences. Don't worry. You will give me sentences, and you're going to write sentences in the worksheet. Who says I have a question? Kareem? Yes, Kareem?
Miss,
Yeah?
in this life we will solve the worksheet.
If we do not still have enough time to start with the worksheet, we're going to start with it on Friday. And the rest?
Miss, can I solve a little bit at home?
No. Yes, you can solve. Sorry. Yes, don't worry, you can solve. But when we finish explaining the lecture. Okay?
I will save the.
Yes. I'm sorry, I muted you. I didn't notice that you want to continue talking. So till now we have three conjunctions: and for addition, but for contrast. We show contrast, we show opposite ideas, and or for positive choices. Let's move on. Let's continue. For I use it when I want to show reason. When I want to say that there is a reason for something happened. For example, I wore my blue dress for everyone was dressing up. I wore my blue dress for everyone was dressing up. So you see here, I'm showing the reason why I wore my blue dress. Simple, very simple. Nor is a little bit it might sometimes confuse you, but not all the time. Okay, it shows negative choice. It's similar to or in certain ways, but it's different in another ways. We still have 10 minutes, guys, and the session will end. Nor shows negative choices. Okay, negative choices. So I have choices, but they are negative. He didn't want to help. He didn't want help. You see, there is negative here. Nor did she offer it. Nor did she offer it. And notice something. When I use nor, if there is did or didn't, I have to put did or didn't before the subject. Please pay attention to this point. When I'm using nor, there's just slight change in the second simple sentence. If I'm using did or didn't, then I have to put the did or didn't or do or doesn't. Sometimes you might find to do or doesn't. You have to put it before the second subject. Okay, so you see, we didn't say here she did offer it. No, we said nor did she offer it. Nor did she offer it. Okay, yet, I still have yet and so. Yet also shows contrast like but. It's similar to but. Brian hurried, yet time was running out. Brian hurried, yet time was running out. So you see here, it shows opposite ideas, so I can use yet simply. The last one, so shows results. So shows results. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to stay home. So what was the result? So I told my mom I was sick. So you see, that was the result. Okay, that was the result at the end because I wanted to stay home. So I think now the coordinating conjunctions or the fanboys are clear for you, right? Right? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? No, you do not have. Can we move on? Okay, just I'm going to move quickly over these sentences, then I'm going to move to the worksheet to start with it with you. Uh, I'm driving now. We have to create a compound sentence by joining the two independent clauses using a coordinating conjunction or a semicolon. So, as we said, we have two ways to make compound sentences. Either I use a semicolon alone, or I use a comma with a conjunction. But you have to pay attention which conjunction to use to be suitable to the context, okay, of the sentence. First one, I'm driving to the office in an hour. I'll pick up the supplies on the way. Okay, here the first sentence is giving me just information. The second one, it doesn't show opposite, it doesn't show opposite ideas, it doesn't show a choice, it doesn't show negative choice or positive choice or contrast. So here it's on, or a result, it's adding only information. So when it's adding information, what conjunction must I use? I must use the conjunction and. So I can simply do what I'm going to do now. I write the first independent clause, but I remove the period. So I say, I'm driving to the office in an hour. Since I want to use a conjunction, then I have to add a comma. Comma, and then I write the second one as it is. I'll pick up the supplies on the way. Guys, let me tell you something. If you put a conjunction between two independent clauses without a comma, then the whole sentence is wrong. Again, I repeat, if you use the conjunction between two independent clauses without using a comma, then we call the sentence run-on sentence, then it is wrong. That's why in the writing exam, most of you forgot to put commas and they lost marks. So you see, that's why we teach you always to pay attention to the punctuation. Okay, guys? So pay attention, please, when writing, using a conjunction between the two independent clauses, use a comma before it, please, guys. Or if you want here, you can use a semicolon. Okay, here you can use so or and, both are correct. So or and, both are correct. Okay, I can use and also, no problem. Okay, you can use just a semicolon. You can cross out the period and add a semicolon, and then you will make a compound sentence. Okay? The second one is the same. My family went to the park yesterday, comma, and we had a wonderful time. The last one, we surveyed the dirty cabin, comma, but we each shrugged silently because here the two independent clauses show opposite ideas. Show opposite ideas. Okay, guys? I think that now it's clear. Okay. Let me remind you with the narrative writing before the session ends. So tomorrow we can start freely with the worksheet. Okay. So if you remember, the narrative writing is when we're writing a story, a narrative story, interesting. It should be interesting to the reader. I'm telling the reader about something happened with me or with someone else. What are the elements of the narrative writing? They are the same as the elements of the story. Since it's narrative, a story, then it must have the elements of the story. Setting, where and when, the characters, and the plot, the events. And they should be in the correct chronological order. Let me remind you of something. When we say paragraph, guys, when we say paragraph, we mean the information are written in one form. They are not divided into paragraphs. Please, guys, because most of you did this mistake in the exam. Pay attention. When we say paragraph, we mean it's one body. not split it into paragraphs, one body, okay? And we have to leave a space at the beginning. We have to put a title. We have to start with a good sentence, interesting sentence, okay? So I think that the narrative writing is familiar to you. There is no need to talk about it a lot. We're going to do an exercise based on the narrative writing in the worksheet, okay? Don't worry. So I think there's not enough time to start with the worksheet. I'm going to leave now the session for you to ask a question. Does anyone of you have any questions? Let me stop recording.